Tonight we're honored that Mr. Hitchens is here to discuss his new book, Thomas Jefferson, Author of America. Mr. Hitchens will entertain questions on other topics as well. Ladies and gentlemen, Christopher Hitchens.
Bring it on.
In light of the recent bombings in London, how do you think Tony Blair is going to react to this? Do you think he's going to... They're asking him to remove their troops from Iraq. Do you think the bombings will strengthen his resolve, or do you think he's going to take some notice?
Excuse me. If you don't smoke, you should really take it up. Before it's too late. The lady asks me, in respect of the recent atrocities in London, whether this puts Mr. Blair in the position of having to concede to his critics about Iraq. Would that be fair? Yeah. Well, I have to say two things about this. One, I'm completely fed up with reading about the heroism of my fellow Englishmen. I hope you've had enough of it this week too. Plucky London soldiers on, business as usual. The stoic Brits, the warm beer, the chips, those breakfasts, you know. Drink your beer before it gets cold. Is this coffee or is it tea? All that. You know, I can't stand it. I love the old country, and I'm very proud of the phlegm displayed by my friends and family, but I've had enough of it, especially about how it's so much like the Blitz. I mean, just look here for a second. Throughout the whole of the 1930s, the British stolidly and phlegmatically and stoically lined up to vote for conservatives who were trying to give away Europe to Hitler. They wanted him to do it. When Chamberlain came back from Munich and was greeted by the Queen Mother, the Queen Mum on Buckingham Palace balcony, they all flooded into the streets to applaud. They couldn't get enough of it. They wanted a quiet life. They love business as usual. Yeah, let's do that. And then when it all goes wrong, and they get what they've earned for this, then what else can they do but stand still under the bombing where they can't move? It's an island, for Christ's sake. When they could run away, they did. They sent their children to the country. The rich people moved into the well-fortified hotels. You read George Orwell on what it's like under the Blitz, or Stephen Spender, his time as a fire brigade officer. Fire brigade would wait for the flames to die out, and then they'd loot everything from the houses. They'd say, well, actually, we don't take children's toys, Squire, but anything else pretty much fair game. There's always something. It was a disgraceful performance. They blamed the Jews for hoarding goods and for pushing in front of queues. They panicked and trampled each other to get into the underground, which now people would trample themselves getting out of, to get away from it. It was all pretty ghastly. So enough of this romanticization of the English. Had enough of it. But at least there was one thing you could say. Nobody said, well, why don't we give them what they want, the boss? Why don't we just surrender? Why don't we look for the root causes of their grievance? There was at least none of that bullshit. And there won't be any of that bullshit anywhere where I can raise my voice either. Say it once, so not to have to say it again. You do not deal yourself a hand in the conduct or formation of British foreign or defence policy by putting a bomb on a bus in Tavistock Square. You do not. Final. Do I have to say it twice? No. Will I listen to anyone who says that we should? I certainly will not. I certainly will not. And nor should anyone else. And the Prime Minister will not do so. And what people ought to realise is that there is indeed a connection between this and the Iraq War. The same people did this at King's Cross and Edgware Road and Aldgate last week, who last Friday blew up 24 school children in Baghdad. Yes, of course there's a connection. We're fighting the same people. And they will rue the day. We will outlive and outkill and outfight them. They say they prefer death to life. Maybe they do. If they want to be martyrs, we're here to help. But our love, really here to help, but our love for London will outlive their hatred and their love for death, believe me.
Hear,
no
hear.
question about that.
Hear, hear.